Hey everybody, and Happy New Year. It's Supervisor Rose here from the Dane County Board of Supervisors. Just want to reach out to you as I often do after a board meeting, and we had one on January 19th, which happened to be my 58th birthday, by the way. So it was a wonderful celebration being with people I care about in the chambers, people who care about you and those of us that are out there to do the best we can to make our community a better place to live. That night was occupied once again with a vote on the Dane County Jail project. I really guide people if they want an understanding of where we're currently at and what happened after the January 19th or as a result of the January 19th meeting to go to an article written by Lucas Robinson with the Wisconsin State Journal. So this was an article that came out the day after on January 20th, 2023, entitled "No Jail Referendum, Dane County Board Rejects $13.5 Million Asked to Voters." So to catch up on the jail project, you can certainly look at my other videos that bring us up to date. Those are from my perspective as truly a resident of Dane County, as your neighbor, but also as an elected official in the district I represent, as well as Dane County at whole, and also sitting on the committee for PPJ, Public Protection and Justice, which is dealing on a committee level with the issue of building the new jail. The question isn't about building a jail. We know we've wanted to do this for some time. We know we need to do it. We know the conditions at the jail are atrocious. There was a news article out actually yesterday about a brave deputy sheriff who saved the life of a resident who was about to take their life for other reasons. Those are poignant moments to me, and I don't take it lightheartedly, never have, of how important it is to get rid of the archaic and the old conditions at this jail. However, what was before us that night was really just putting on referendum the idea that the public would vote on a $13.5 million ask to move forward with the jail project. We voted no. I was one of the votes that voted no for the referendum. There were several supervisors that voted in favor of it, but I'm looking for the actual vote count. It was 21 to 14 against the referendum. That happened in the final hours of our meeting that Thursday night. This was opposed to what County Executive Precinct Sheriff Calvin Barrett wanted to do. They publicly have backed a referendum, most importantly in recent weeks. Well, they also blamed the board for an underfunded jail. They did a press conference, for those that don't know, that claimed we as board members were misinformed, and a response by the Black Caucus of the board, who had written the proposal for a smaller jail with less beds, and an action to, in creating action to do more about reform and how we can make conditions better to get people, to get residents back into society and to take care of the core of what may have brought them to a temporary jail life. That being said, the Black Caucus came out very poignantly against those accusations. That rhetoric continued in the meeting. You can find that meeting online if you want to hear more specific discussion. However, if you look at this article, you will see the title really clearly defines that we voted a majority against of the public being a part of that referendum. Chair Miles really pointed out that he pledged to introduce a borrowing resolution to close the jail's funding gap, but once the final cost is known, and that really was a factor in my vote. We don't know the final cost, so for us to say and assume it's $13.5 million, because that was a number we were given up to this point of what that cost differential may be between what we were quoted and what the actual cost may be, due to different things like supply chain and things like that. We feel, and I sided with Miles on this, that let's wait to get the real cost before we make a decision on how we're going to close that cost, or if we're going to close that cost, which I assure you it will happen. We just all want to be on the same page and have a consensus, not a compromise on this issue. That's all I have. I mean, you can look it up online, as I said. It breaks it down very well. Luke did a good job on that. But I want to remind people, too, that this article does address some major shakeups that we in Wisconsin may be facing in our criminal justice system. Voters will decide in April whether to amend the state's constitution to require courts, when setting bail, to consider the criminal histories of people charged with violent crimes and whether they present a risk to public safety. This vote would definitely impact the number of people living in Dane County's jail. So there you go. That was the gist of the meeting. There were other things approved and discussed. You can see those minutes online. And I just want to thank you for your time and just tell you we haven't talked, I think, since the new year. So I want to tell you all that I wish you a very happy new year. Oh, I think I did wish this just before because I think I wished everybody inadvertently a happy anniversary and a happy birthday. But Happy New Year. We're off to a good start. I really would love to hear from you, though, on your feelings with the jail. I represent 15,000 constituents in my district or in our district, but I also represent the district as whole as one of 37 voices on the Dane County Board. So we all express how difficult it is, as many doors as we knock on, as much as we make ourselves available, which I remind you, please send me an email. Please write me on Facebook. There's 100 ways to reach me. My phone number is listed when you look me up on a Google search. And I appreciate those that have reached out to me. I can do as much reaching out as I can, but I really request that you guys know you can reach out to me with your thoughts on the jail and to go into a conversation or simply write me a letter with your opinion. And if I need more clarification, I'll reach out to you. So one of the tenets about running for this position is I want to make myself very transparent and very available, but that requires action on your part too. And I really request that you're not shy or that you find time to do it because your voice does matter. Thanks so much, guys. You have a wonderful day.